Hello everybody, it's Nintendo Addict here, or Nintendo Blocks Plays, I don't care, I don't know. Anyway, today we're talking about an N64 Classic, and why I don't think there can possibly be one. Now, I know what you're thinking, you're probably a hater, but no, I have evidence to back this up, so just bear with me. Okay, this is a Nintendo Entertainment System Classic. Small. It looks just like the original SNES, right? I mean NES. And all of your beloved 6-bit games are in it. Well, at least most of them. Rip like half the NES games. And now I gotta show you something else. Now this is a SNES Classic. It's based off the Super Nintendo, and it's 16-bit, while the other one is 18-bit. 8-bit. See? Very different. Based off two different consoles, and basically that's what they look like. Now, and this is an N64, as you can see. I only own an NES Classic and an N64, so I don't have an SNES Classic. But anyway, this is what they look like, right? This is an N64, right? Okay, remember earlier how I said that the SNES Classic and the NES Classic are 8-bit games? Right? You remember all that? Remember that, okay? Now let's just talk about this. First things first. We are going to go to our good old buddy Google Chrome, and I want to show you something. Okay? Just real quick. Not on Think Geek. I was here. Don't worry about it. Okay, Google. Our good old buddy Google. Okay, let's compare the let's just do this. Yes, perfect. Now, we are going here because I want to show you, not shopping, images. I want to compare what the graphics are. This is a good way to compare the graphics. See, on an SNES, it's 16-bit and it's a little bit more, it's a little slicker than the SNES, a little brighter, just brighter colors, and it overall is more detailed. Now, here is the thing I'm talking about. First, I want to show you a little something on Aliexpress. Okay, here we are on Aliexpress, the only place where you can get crappy bootleg games. Well, consoles, mostly. Here is clearly an NES Classic clone, right here. And it's just as small as an NES Classic, maybe even smaller. And it has a whole bunch of unlicensed games in it, that they clearly don't own the rights to. Now, we're not here to look at these. We're here to more or less look at these miniature handhelds. Now, they are rip-offs of many consoles. This one's the Game Boy. We have a Game Boy, an arcade thingy, another Game Boy, just a whole bunch of stuff, a PSP, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure I've even seen a knockoff, a knockoff of a 3DS, this. Okay. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, these these consoles all have something in common, especially the cheaper ones that kind of look like PSPs or Game Boys. The games. The games. You will never find one with a 3D game unless they're ones that are way more expensive with emulators on it. You will never find 3D games, and I'm going to tell you why that is now. Because these consoles are relatively small, it's hard to program something as big as a 3D game, right? So that's why these consoles go with 8-bit games or 16-bit games, because they're easier to program, especially when you put it into a small console. Sure, they don't usually run well on these things, but that is the reason why they use them, not just for nostalgia. For example, just these, right? Oh my god, that looks exactly like that Soldier Boy thing. Huh. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah. So this goes for the NES and SNES Classic. Sure, it's officially made by Nintendo, so of course it'll run better, but still. So, also, they're not just called the SNES and NES Classic, they're called the NES Classic Mini Edition, meaning they're small, like super duper small. Like, they fit in your hand. So, since they're so small, it's easier to program games in there. Now, does this go for the N64? No. That's the underlying problem. N64 runs 3D games, and those are not easy to program on such a small console, because they require a whole lot more. That's why some of the games on a PS1 Classic don't run that well. Not because, one, they're from the European or PAL versions, but two is because, well, just they don't run well because they're on such a small, console hardware or whatever. So that's why it's just doesn't work out now. So that's why I don't exactly believe there could be an N64 Classic, or there could be one, but not a mini edition, which was the whole gimmick of them. So that's the reason why I don't think there's gonna be one, because mini edition, you need an N64 Classic to be a little bit bigger than just a mini edition. Alright? So that's why I don't believe there could be one. Sure, possibly there could be one, but I don't, that's just my opinion. After the facts I thought of and everything, that's just my opinion in general. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and tell me in the comments if you have any more reasons or if you disagree or anything like that. So, thank you.